What's the difference between your free content and your paid content? And how do you give incredibly valuable free content that lets people know that you know what you're talking about without giving away quote unquote too much? That is what we're going to talk about in today's video. Welcome if you are new here, I'm Luisa Zhou, and this channel is all about helping you build your own online business and go from employee to entrepreneur. Difference number one is the point of the content. So free content and paid content have very different goals. Now you might be saying, well, duh, Luisa, but let's dive into it a little bit more. So the point of your free content, a lot of it, is to help people find you. Not only to find you, but to get to know you a little bit better so that they have more of a relationship and that trust in you before they're ready to buy. The point of paid content is to help that client or student of yours who has paid for whatever it is they've paid for to get the result that you have promised. So those are two very different points. When you're creating your free content, you want to be thinking about, okay, what can I share to help someone find me? Maybe that means your content is going to be search optimized. Maybe it means that your content is going to be more kind of the most common questions that your ideal clients might be thinking. Whereas your paid content is going to be whatever you need to be sharing to help someone get that result. Now, there's a little bit more to this as well. So along those lines, the point of your free content, as I mentioned earlier, is also to help your ideal clients or potential clients get to know you a little bit better before they decide, okay, do I want to invest my money in learning from this person? When you do that, you also want to be teaching in your free content the confidence that your ideal clients need to develop before they're ready to believe, oh my gosh, I can have whatever it is this person will help me with. I can lose the weight that this health coach can help me lose. I can have the relationship that this relationship coach can help me develop. And so that is really important. What you also need to be teaching are any other beliefs that your potential clients might have about why what you teach would not work for them. So what are some examples of that? It could be that someone might be thinking, I just can't lose the weight. I have a certain body type. I have a certain genetic makeup and I just can't. So you want to be addressing those reasons why that's actually not the case. Or maybe you're a relationship coach and you help guys find their dream girlfriends. And so maybe a guy is thinking, you know what, I'm always friend zoned. I'm always the nice guy. No girl I like is ever going to see me in this way. Well, what you need to be addressing is, okay, why would someone be thinking of you as just the nice guy? Why would someone be friend zoning you when you want a little bit more than that? Okay, here's why that's happening and what you can do to address it. It's not because you're just the type of person who's always going to be friend zoned. Things like that help your ideal clients get that belief that the result that you can ultimately help them with in your paid content, whether that's a course or a coaching program, is actually possible. And you'll notice that this is a very different type of content from the paid content that gets your clients results, but it's immensely valuable. So it's not just like fluff content. There's a big distinction there. Within your paid content, of course, the equivalent is that you will then show your clients how to actually get that result that they want. That one is pretty straightforward. Difference number two is in the way you describe your process in your free content versus your paid content. So your free content will share the high level outline of what your process is. That includes your opinions, your beliefs, the things that differentiate your process from everyone else in your industry. So for example, if you're a health coach and you help people lose weight, maybe your process is like step number one, we identify what's causing you to be more overweight than you'd like to be. Step number two, we identify what the best foods are for you to eat to be able to get to your ideal weight. And then step number three is we put in an exercise plan as well so that you just get even fitter and maintain that ideal weight. I just totally made that up, but it's a pretty decent example. That's going to let your potential clients know, okay, this is the process that we're going to walk through, so that they can wrap their heads around, okay, do I agree with this process? Do I believe that this process can work for me? Is this the coach or the course to help me? In the process of doing that, you're going to share what things you do and what things you don't do that may be against the grain or contrary to popular opinion. So maybe your opinion is, hey, everyone else in my industry is going to tell you that exercise is the first step to weight loss, but I'm going to tell you that it's actually all about the mindset, or it's all about adding a certain ingredient to your food, or customizing your food based on your genetic makeup. Those are some common examples of things health coaches say. But what that's going to do is it's going to let your ideal clients know, oh, okay, yeah, I completely agree with this. I want to learn to do it this way with this person, and prepare them to work with you and buy from you. Now, within your paid content, what that's going to do is of course, it's going to give the very detailed steps of the process. And depending on if you are selling a coaching program or a course, it'll give the customization potentially for what that process looks like for a specific person. So for a super busy professional who doesn't like working out, maybe that process looks slightly different. Or for someone who loves working out and wants to work out a little bit more so they can eat a few more sweets, that process might be customized slightly differently. So if you're doing coaching, you're going to customize that process for your client. If you're selling a course, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be breaking down that step by step and giving all the details within that course for your potential client. Another example of how to detail your process in free content versus your paid content is in your free content, you will share a timeline of what is feasible for your clients and the kinds of results that they can expect. So you might expect to lose this much weight by this amount of time, or if you do this, you might expect this result. Now, I want to make it clear, those are not guarantees. Those are just setting some expectations. You're giving guidelines, you're giving expectations, you're maybe giving some of your own client examples. Within your paid content, you are setting that timeline for your clients. Maybe you're holding them accountable in some way, and you're doing it in a way that completely minimizes overwhelm. For example, if you're doing coaching, you might literally say, okay, month 1, this is what we're going to focus on, and this is the result we're aiming for by the end of the month. Month 2, this is what we're going to focus on, this is what we're aiming for. Month 3, so on and so forth. You're also going to be maybe holding them accountable with, if it's in a course, via homework, to-do lists, checklists, dates. Via coaching, maybe your weekly calls or your check-ins, things like that. So it's very much that step-by-step, I'm mapping out the timeline for you, you show up, you do the work, but we're gonna minimize how much you have to do in terms of figuring out yourself, basically as much as possible. The last and final difference between your free content and your paid content is the obstacles and how you address them. And when I say obstacles, I'm talking about obstacles that your ideal clients are going to run into basically inevitably on their journey to accomplish the end results that you are able to help them with. In your free content, you are going to teach what the obstacles are and what to expect. For example, if you are a health coach, right, you might teach someone to expect that, okay, you're gonna have times when you fall off that wagon and you maybe overeat and then you feel really guilty and then maybe you feel like you just wanna completely give up. What's the point? Or maybe you're gonna hit a plateau at some point. You're losing weight, it's going great. And then it's like, oh my gosh, it's been 3 weeks and I haven't lost a single pound. What's going on? I thought things were working. So what you're going to do is you're going to let people know what the obstacles are. Maybe you even let people know what causes them, right? Maybe you share a high-level overview of your process for helping people over those obstacles. So basically incorporating all the other examples I covered in this video earlier. In your paid content, you are, of course, then going to help your clients actually overcome those obstacles. This is where you might give these step-by-steps. This is where you might give really detailed customization and coaching. This is where you might get into it and really figure out, okay, what's holding you specifically back and what do you specifically need to help you overcome it? Or you might give examples if you have a course where you're sharing, okay, this is the obstacle to expect. This is exactly what you're going to want to do to make sure that you overcome it. And those those are the three main areas of differences between free content and paid content. Now, if you leave this video with only one thing, I'm gonna summarize the differences for you in essentially one sentence. Free content is information. All of the examples that we've covered, while they're really detailed and they're gonna be super helpful for you to come up with lots of great free content, essentially what it boils down to is your free content is information of some sort. Building that knowledge to build that trust, that belief, that confidence within your potential clients so that if or when they're ready to work with you and really get support to get that result that you can help them with, they have what they need. The paid content is about the transformation. Now, of course, that does include information, but the information has a very specific goal where it's focused, it's very directional, maybe it's customized, depending on if you're selling a coaching program or a course, to really help that person get that very specific result, so that they can have the transformation. That's essentially what it boils down to. And now that you know the difference between free plus paid content, you're ready to go out there and create lots and lots of epic examples for yourself of both so that you can get found by your ideal clients and then you can help them get the best results possible. Now, here's the thing. If you're wondering, okay, I now know the difference between free and paid content, but how do I go out there and create lots and lots of content quickly and easily? Guess what? I've got you covered with another video. So I'm going to link that video for you on exactly how to do that, either somewhere on the screen and or in the description below. And if you are new to building your own online coaching business and you're wondering, okay, how do I go out there and get my first or next paying client? I've got a great PDF for you on the 15-second script to use to get your first or next paying client. So again, I will link that for you either somewhere on the screen and or in the description below. All right, that is it for today. I hope you found this video super helpful. And if you have, I would really appreciate it if you would hit the like button. And if you are new to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified each week when I drop a brand new video on building your own online business. All right, that's it for today. Thanks so much for being here, and I will see you next time.